AI prompt engineering. You're welcome. Okay, so today we're going to learn about AI prompt engineering, like I said earlier. We are also going to discuss how to use prompt engineering as a skill to communicate effectively with AI systems like ChatGPT, Claude. We're also going to be looking at Gemini and other large language models. So instead of simply asking questions, we just design prompts that guide AI to help produce useful, accurate, structured results. So during this lesson, we will also be taking some practical implementation that will show us how professionals and companies use prompt engineering, okay, for better results, for better content creation. Okay, so let's get right to it. Now, what is artificial intelligence? What is artificial intelligence? Now, artificial intelligence refers to systems that stimulate human intelligence. Oh, pardon me, I'm trying to check my volume. Okay, so like we're saying, artificial intelligence refers to systems that simulate aspects of human intelligence, and the major areas of artificial intelligence are machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and generative AI. I know some of us already know many popular AI systems like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, and the rest of them. Okay, so let's briefly move into prompt engineering now. Now, what is prompt engineering? I know you must have been hearing prompt engineering, and actually, one of the reasons why engineering is very popular is because now AI is changing the world. AI is making life better. Everybody wants to create content with AI. People generate images, logos, and lots of even write books with AI. Okay, so just by the way, we will also be discussing. I will also be giving you tips on how to, use AI to write or to generate original content. Okay, so that's my bonus for this course. But meanwhile, let's just get right to what we're talking about. That is prompt engineering. So, like I said earlier, prompt engineering is the process of designing uh, inputs that guides AI models to produce better output. So there are some basic examples I cited here. Okay. So normally a layperson will just go to ChatGPT and ask what is machine learning. Okay. These are basic prompts, and you may not get a very good result, but when you, through your knowledge of prompt engineering, you ask targeted questions like explain machine learning to a 12-year-old using simple examples, or explain machine learning to a university graduate. Okay, so context is very, very important. Okay, when you clearly state your audience, your specific, okay, you get better results. So the quality of your prompt directly determines the quality of your AI output. Okay, so let's move on. So why is prompt engineering important? Why is prompt engineering important? Number one, it improve accuracy. Okay. Number two, it controls the tone. Okay. So I know you must have heard about uh, tone strategies, putting in a particular tone in prompt engineering. Those things helps you to get better results or targeted results for a particular for a particular purpose. Okay, for example, you can decide to sound academic. Example, you can decide to sound engaging or funny. Okay, so yeah, that's what we mean by tone. Okay, so prompt engineering also help us to structure our responses. You know, you're not just giving random information, you're not just getting random information from AI. It also helps to reduce errors. Okay, so the difference between a good prompt, a good response and a poor one is the quality of the prompt itself. Is the prompt quality of the prompt itself. So consider, imagine you are asking, you are you okay, let me cite another example. you know a good example is chatbot. I build chatbots, AI chatbots, and I can show you a website I use. Okay, let me not go into that, so I don't so that this class is not longer than it should be. But normally, if you're building an an AI chatbot, you know to give context and better response to your users, you need to uh, prompt that AI to give it a specific persona. Okay, you can tell the AI you're a professional, or imagine you're a professional customer support agent. You can prompt the AI to respond politely and provide step-by-step solution. On the other hand, you can also prompt your AI to respond, to be friendly. Okay, you can also prompt your AI to respond, to act corporately. Okay, so uh there are different prompts you can give to enhance the quality of your customer service. Okay, so that's if you are using AI chatbots on your website or whatsoever. Okay, so let's move to the next thing on our agenda. We're going to be looking at how language models interpret prompts. Okay, so how do language models interpret prompts? Okay, so there's what we call tokens. Okay, so language models interpret prompts as tokens. So text is broken into smaller pieces. So for example, we have artificial intelligence. The uh, the AI breaks artificial intelligence to artificial, then intelligence. Okay, so large language models also work by probability. Okay, so AI does not cannot read text. AI cannot read text. It cannot understand text, but uh, it predicts the next most likely word. So it gives you response based on probability. Okay, and then we have context window. Okay, the model, remember, there are some models, uh some models or specific models have their own limited amount of tests that they can take at a go. Like ChatGPT, I think you can put in about 128k tokens at once. And when your text or your words exceed 128 tokens, the AI forgets the conversation. So it's very, very important. So you have to understand context window when you're prompting your AI. And I remember also Claude has about 200k tokens. So if your words or your prompts, your instructions exceed 200k tokens, that's for Claude, the AI loses track, or if it now forgets your previous conversations. So as a prompt engineer, or as someone who wants to you want to optimize your result, or you want to get the best from AI content creation, you must learn to give information clearly and in bits. Okay, you must learn to give your informations clearly and in bits. So those for example, AI assistants in search engines, okay, they analyze the user's questions and generate answers using these probability predictions. Okay, so it's very, very important that you sound as clear as possible. Your questions are straight to the point. So the number one secret to producing good results is giving clear instructions. Giving clear instructions. Don't give room for speculation, considering the fact that the AI is not human and it doesn't even understand text. Okay. Okay. So now let's give example, or let's start talking about strategies for prompting. So what are the strategies we can use for prompting for better results? Okay. Now, the number one strategy I would like to talk about is role prompting. And when I say role prompting, I'll tell you what I mean. I know for some of us who have attended my previous classes, that's the class I'm talking about is AI for business. Okay, for some of us that have attended some of the classes, you'll see me giving roles to my agents, to my AI. Okay, for example, I can say, be my AI photographer, when I'm generating AI photos. I can say sometimes, be my content creator. Sometimes I say, be my business strategist. There are reasons why I prompted that um, AI in that way. Okay, and the reason is to get a better response. Okay, when you are, for example, if you need to generate a logo and you just go into ChatGPT and you just tell ChatGPT to generate a logo for your food business. Okay, let's even give let me let's take it let's try it. Okay, so let's try it. Let's go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to give us create a logo for my food business. Okay, so it's going to ask me. Okay, so let's see. Create a logo for my food business. And it's going to ask the name of your business, but let's wait for it. Okay, so I just wanted to give us a live illustration of what I mean. So let's see what it's creating. Okay, it's not even asking me the name of my business. Okay, but it's just a machine. Okay. Okay, so now the reason it's giving me this is because of the prompt I've used. AI models, they learn from your previous instructions. Several times I've created logos, you know on this using my account. So I'm sure that that's one of the reasons why it's giving me very nice logo ideas now. Okay, but normally if you've never created logos in your account, it's not going to. It will just ask you what type of business would you like me to create logos on, and it'll start asking you all kind of questions. But you can check your account. You see that you're not going to get this same result. You can check it now. If you have a different result, chat me up. You can leave a comment in the comment section. Leave a comment in the comment section and let me know your result. Okay, but I can promise you it can never generate a logo as beautiful as this. The reason is because you know AI learns. The more you ask it questions, the more it learns. So I have generated several beautiful logos. You understand? Okay, well, I will get to that. Let me not jump the gun. Okay. Okay, so this may not be a very good example. Now, let me still go on anyway. Okay, so I can now say immerse yourself with the role. Let me just check this and see whether it works. I've already given you the reason why it's already generating me a beautiful logo like this. It can never do that for you. The reason is because you have never done that on your account. But all the same, let me go on. With the role of an expert graphic graphic designer, design a logo for my uh, business, for my food business, for my food business. Okay, so let's see whether it's going to get us a better result. Okay, did you see? Did you see the difference? Okay, so it's still what I'm saying is still making a lot of sense. Okay, so I just came to ChatGPT. Although I've been designing logos using this account, okay, I've been designing logos using this account. You can try it on your brand new ChatGPT account or in your existing ChatGPT account and see. And I can assure you, it will not generate you a logo as beautiful as this, but it has learned from some of the information I've been giving it about logos. That's why it's able to produce this beautiful logo. Okay. Now, I now gave it another prompt, a more clear and specific prompt. I said, immerse yourself with the role. So I gave it a role now. Now, because I have given it a role of a graphic designer, look at the next question it's asking me. It's asking me, what is the name of my business? Can you see? Can you see the difference between the two response? Okay. Now this response, it just gave me a random logo. Okay, it didn't ask for the name of my business. Why? Because I've not given it a role. Okay, I've not given it a role. But immediately I told him to immerse himself or be my expert graphic designer, then design a logo for my food business because he is an expert. That's why he's asking me the name. Okay. So I'm just trying to compare and contrast between these two responses. But let me go on. We are still going to other parts of our practical session. So let me just go on. Okay. So the first strategy for prompting or getting better result from AI is role prompting. Okay, like I showed you in the example right now, when you go to ChatGPT and just ask a random question, it will just give you a general answer. It can just throw any answer at you. But when you tell him to assume a particular role, then it automatically assumes the role of that person. Okay, so if you need legal opinions or if you need a legal side of a story, you can ask him. Immerse yourself with the role of a lawyer. If you need a photographer's opinion of a particular picture, you can ask him, be my expert photographer. Okay, he will answer you like a photographer. He will answer you as the role that you have prompted it to act. Okay, so another strategy uh, in prompt engineering, another thing we should know in prompt engineering is controlling output format. Okay, we can also control how the AI structures its response. Okay, for example, you can ask for the definition. Okay, you can ask for a definition, you can ask for benefits, you can ask for examples. Okay, so to get better output, you can also use a strategy called controlled output. Okay, so instead of asking what is digital marketing, you can say, can you tell me or can you define digital marketing and state three benefits of digital marketing and give one example. Okay, do you understand? So when you control the output, it gives you better result than than just giving you random digital marketing and telling you all the stories you don't need. Okay, so if you know you need something, you have an idea of what you want to do, just go to the point, ask him what it is. So give me examples and you get straight to the point. It wouldn't be giving you answers you don't need. Okay, so you can, some of the formats you can use bullet points, you can ask him to give you tables, you can ask him to give you in code format, you can ask him to give you in paragraphs. So you can actually leave a prompt. Okay, you can say in 3 paragraphs, tell me, define digital marketing, 3 benefits of digital marketing, and 1 real life example of digital marketing strategy or something similar. Okay, or you can ask it to produce a checklist or a numbered list. Okay, so I also want to talk about another strategy, another prompting strategy called zero shot prompting. Zero shot prompting are just giving uh, AI certain short tasks without asking for examples. For example, you can ask the AI or you can prompt it to classify a sentence as either negative or positive. That's if you don't want random answers. Okay, you can ask it to classify this sentence as either positive or negative. Okay, okay. So, for example, you can use AI system to classify posts as safe, spam, or harmful. Okay, so just a good example anyway. You can use it to classify things. Okay, and then we have the next one, few short prompting. Few short prompting. Few short prompting means you're giving your AI a few examples, okay, before asking him to do the task. Okay, so for example, for companies who use few short prompting, you can ask for, you can give the AI specific information. You will ask, you can give it the customer's email, okay, and and explain the billing issue, okay. You can give another list of email and group them as technical support. Then you can also send another group of email and label it as refund request. Then you now ask the AI to classify the new emails automatically. Do you understand? Okay, so it can speed up workflows, it can speed up, you can speed up it can help you to manage your time, especially in corporate settings. So another strategy I would like to talk about is chain of thought prompting. Chain of thought prompting. Now, chain of thought prompting encourages the AI to reason step by step. Okay, to reason step by step. So instead of just jumping to the conclusion, you can guide it to uh, give you a step one answer, okay, and then a step two answer, okay, and then maybe after giving you step one answer, you can ask it to verify the logic behind its recommendation or give you the reason. You understand? Or give you the reason why it's giving you, I mean, or sorry, you can ask it to produce its reason or its logic behind that recommendation. Okay. So another thing is prompt chaining. Another thing is prompt chaining. So this one breaks, you break your task into smaller steps, like step one, as I have shown in this presentation. You can just see my screen. You can break your task into step one, step two, step three, step four. For example, I'm into blogging, okay, and this is how I actually write my blogs. This is how I actually write my blog. For example, I want to write about marketing automation. I can tell AI to give me 10 trending ideas, okay, in marketing automation. Most times I tell it to go on Google and get for me 10 trending topics on marketing automation. So it comes back to me and gives me 10 trending topics. Okay, let me just give us an example of how this works. So let's see how this works. So let's open a new chat so that you can see how it works. I will just say, hi, be my digital marketing specialist and content creator. Okay, give me 10 trending topics on Google about marketing automation. Okay, so this is how I do it. So it's going to return me 10 ideas. Okay, it's going to return me 10 ideas. Okay, so I'm still waiting for the output. It might be a network issue. It might be a network issue. Okay. Okay, it's still not responding. Okay, this is what I do. Let's not waste time with it. So when it returns me the 10 idea, I select the ones I'm interested in, either two of them. Then I tell it to write on the first topic I pick. Okay, then I can ask it to create an outline for me. Okay, when it creates the outline, I can now tell it to start writing on outline one. Okay, or I can tell it to first, after it writes the outline, I can tell it to write the introduction. Okay, and give examples of what it's saying. Okay, and then I'll tell it to write outline one, outline two, outline three, outline four, and conclusion. So you get better results like that than just coming to ChatGPT and just telling it to give you an article on marketing automation. Okay, so that's what we are trying to say. Okay, so let's go back to our slide. Okay, okay, so now the next one we're going to be talking about is React prompting. Okay, React stands for reason and act. Reason and act. The AI first reasons about a task and then perform the actions. So number one, for example, this is a structure from thought to action to observation, then answer. Okay, a good example is an AI customer service agent. You understand? The first, when you ask an AI customer service agent question, it first wants to understand your problem, and then it searches the company's database. That is the thoughts. Then retrieve your product information, okay, and then generate a solution. So it observes, then it answers, okay. So this gives the AI time to give better results, okay. Then let's go to the next slide. So how can we improve prompts? Okay, how can we improve prompts? I know we've talked so much about different strategies in prompting or in prompt engineering. Okay, and the number one step is to write. After writing your initial prompt, test the results. Okay, and then improve on the prompt and then evaluate it. Evaluating means test it again or assessing the quality. Okay, so the more you test it, improve on it, the better the result, or the more original the result is. Look at the examples on my screen. Okay, the first prompt it's what anybody can put on AI. Say write a blog about AI. Okay, look at the second prompt. It is more detailed. Say write a 600-word blog. Okay, so you can see that it is more constrict. You are constricting it to 600 word blog about how AI is transforming healthcare. Okay, so it's not just about healthcare or about AI, but you are writing about how AI is transforming the healthcare sector. So if you write a blog about AI, it's going to give you a random answer. Okay, but when you specify how the or when you specify what you actually want, you give it context. That's AI in healthcare sector. Okay, and then you tell it to give you examples and statistics. Please, if you don't mention examples and statistics, it might not give you that. So it's very, very important that we put these things into consideration when uh, prompting the AI or when uh, creating our prompts. Okay. Okay, so let's go to controlling creativity. Okay. Now, prompts can influence how creative the AI becomes. Okay. It can affect creativity. Like the initial example we gave, when you tell an AI to write a blog, when you tell the AI to write about blog about AI generally, okay, and then when you tell the AI to write about blog in about AI in the healthcare sector, you can see that the level of creativity is not the same, and of course, the quality in the answer is not going to be the same. Okay, so it also controls creativity. Okay, it also control. Okay, let me cite the example on my screen. Say, write a story about how AI about an AI discovering music. Okay, but a more technical prompt will be explain how AI systems generate music using machine learning. Okay, okay, so it's not the same. It's not the same quality. Okay, it can affect the style and the creativity of the output. Okay, one is going to be more narrative, emotional storytelling, and descriptive, while the others will be factual. Okay, the other will be factual and technical. So depends on what you want. So you just need to uh, understand that also the word, your choice of word, or the way you place your prompt determines the quality of your prompt. Okay, and at this point, I'll talk about the tone. Giving a tone to your results. Giving a tone to your results. Your tone can be academic. Okay, your tone can be conversational. Your tone can be persuasive. Your tone can be instructional. For example, those who are writing blogs, you can give a tone. Okay, it also helps creativity. It also puts you in control of the results the AI will give to you. Okay, so we want to talk about AI hallucination. Like I said earlier, AI does not understand text. They don't understand text. They only give you result based on probability and probable answers. Okay, so to avoid wrong output or fabricated information, please ask for sources. It's very important. If you put in a prompt and the answer is sounding too good to be true, you can re-prompt and ask for your sources. You can tell the AI, can you produce sources to your answer? Okay, or include sources for your claims. Okay, or you ask it to explain step by step how that works. Okay, and you can also tell it, if you don't know the answer, it's okay to say I don't know. Okay, because of course, if you don't tell it that, if it doesn't know the answer, it will cook up something for you. Okay, so these are reality. Okay, so it's the best bet when creating your prompt is to verify, ask the AI to always give references, verify your claims, especially if you're working with data or you're working on statistics. So please always ask for references or sources. Okay, so let's talk about applications now. Okay. Now, prompt engineering is used in different industries. We have programming, marketing, education, research, and business analytics. Okay, we use it to draft emails for those of us who are content creators, who are digital marketers. Okay, we also use prompts engineering to summarize documents, to write code, to analyze data for research, for customer support, and all the other things we do. Okay, so just into the AI for business course, I would really advise everyone to check my playlist. You're going to see my playlist probably soon on AI for business. Please check out for that playlist and get the course. Okay, I'll be talking more about how to use AI for business in that course. So please watch out for that course. We'll be treating AI for content creation, AI for graphic design, AI for photography, how to use AI on the right prompt to use to create images or pictures that look exactly like you. Okay, then how to use AI for marketing. So it's a wonderful course. Please, you should watch out for that course. Okay, so we also use prompt engineering for coding. Okay, and one of the benefits is faster coding, code explanation, then debugging. So you can always ask ChatGPT to write you a Python script. Okay, that extract headlines from a news website and explain each part of the code. Okay, so for content creation, you can ask AI to write a LinkedIn post or a Facebook post or an Instagram post. So it's very, very important for you to put context in every of your prompts. An Instagram post will not sound the same a uh, as a LinkedIn post. It's not going to sound the same. So it's very, very important for you to put context in your instructions. Okay, we can use we can also use prompt engineering in producing marketing content, social media, and all the likes. It saves costs, it's cheaper, and it also saves time. Okay, so let's see this. Let's see the next slide. Evaluating prompts. Okay, to determine whether a prompt works well, we are going to be evaluating the responses based on accuracy, relevance, completeness, consistency. Very, very important. Okay, so watch out for this. Accuracy, relevance, consistency, completeness. So always test your prompts, test them and make them better. Test them, okay, and improve on them. Okay, so let's see the future of prompt engineering. Okay, so prompt engineering is evolving rapidly. Okay, now we are seeing AI agents, tool integrated agents, multimodal prompts, then automated optimization. Okay, so I need to explain multimodal prompts. Okay, these days it's easier for you to give AI instruction. When AI started initially, you could only put in text, but now it's now possible for you to put in your sheet, your Google Sheet, to put in your pictures, your images, your screenshots, and based on this screenshot, based on these images, based on this uh, your content, the AI responds to you. Okay, you should attend again. I need to say it. You should attend AI for business. That course is very important. So these are majorly what we are treating in that course. Okay, how you can use AI to replicate any form of design. Okay, it's a course you don't want to miss. Okay, so that was what we call a multimodal course. Okay, and then automated optimization too. Okay, so you can ask, you can also ask, I think they call that meta prompting. Okay, where you sometimes you have no idea of what to say or how to get your results. So you can just input your maybe your pictures, your images, you can input it into the AI and ask it to give you a prompt, okay, to regenerate that document or that image. We use this strategy basically for graphic design or to reproduce images. Okay, so prompt engineering is involving into AI system design, and you should be part of it. That's why I'm here. Okay, so before we go, we'll take a short class activity. Okay, we take a short class activity. Okay, let's see if our internet is better now. Okay, let's see. Let's take a class activity to see. We just want to see. We just want to put to practice what we have just learned. Okay. So now let's do this class activity. First of all, let's ask the AI lists 10 marketing. Oh, sorry. No, let me just make it a simple one. Let me just, what is marketing automation? Okay. So this is a random question. Okay. So we're going to be comparing the results. Okay. Is a marketing automation is the use of software and technology to automatically perform marketing tasks in workflow. Okay. So please just check the output. Okay. Just check the output, the quality of the output. Now I'm going to put another prompt just to show you that there is actually a difference. And this one is be my digital marketing specialist and content creator. It's a okay. Or you can immerse yourself with the role of a digital marketing specialist and content creator. Define marketing automation, marketing automation mission, and list benefits and examples of marketing automation workflows. Okay, so let's compare the two results. Did you see the quality of it? Is the use of software and digital technology to automate marketing activities, customer engagement, and lead management across multiple channels. Let's compare the definition. Let's compare the definition. Okay, so see the definition in here. Say marketing automation is used of software technology to automatically perform marketing tasks and workflow that would otherwise be done manually. Look at this 2 lines scanty response, and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Marketing automation is the use of software and digital technology to automate marketing activities, customer engagement, lead management across multiple channels such as email, social media, website, and messaging platforms. See, it continued to define it. In fact, it gave us about 3 other paragraphs, 2 lines each. Look at this is how to write. It now gave me benefit of marketing automation. So I can use this in my blog, okay? It's not random like this one. Look at this one. I'm sure it didn't even talk about benefits. Look at simple explanation. Just gave me a simple explanation. Then what the marketing automation does. Did you see that this is not what I want? These are just random information on the internet. But look at this. Okay. Okay, so I'll leave a link very soon in the description box, in the description of this video. If you'd like to um, do a little activity, do a little exam on everything that I have taken or everything I've talked about in this course so far, you can take a brief exam and then get a certificate of participation. Okay, so it's this is a absolutely free course and absolutely free certificate. So it's free if you can take the test based on everything I've explained. Okay, and after taking the test and passing it, you will get your free certificate. And don't forget to practice whatever you have learned. So once again, I appreciate you for I oh sorry, I wasn't showing you my screen. Please let me show you my screen. I wasn't showing you my screen. I'm just saying that I wasn't showing you my screen. Sorry. Okay. So this was the first uh, prompt. What is marketing automation? Okay. So this is what it gave us, the scanty definition. Can you see just 2 lines, about 4 lines scanty definition? Okay. And then it keeps giving us random information. And then look at the second prompt I gave. Be my digital marketing specialist and content creation creator. Define marketing automation and list benefits and examples of marketing automation workflow. Okay, so this is I'm giving context to the prompt. I'm giving more information to the prompt. Now look at the quality of the results I'm getting. Did you see all the results I'm getting? Okay, so please try this on your own, especially if you'd like to um, if you'd like to use this skill to make your business better, to automate your content creation, to make life easy for yourself. So please, I will also advise strongly to for you to take the AI for business course. Although this is partly part of that course, but please, I will also, when the playlist is ready, I will also attach it to the description of this video. All right, thank you for your time. See you in the next course. Don't forget to take the exam for this course. If you take the exam, you get our free certificate of participation in this course. Thank you. Bye.